Hey guys, it's Charlie. I want to talk a little bit about Paul Krugman and his latest article about the economy is about to enter a great chasm. And I actually agree with the title of this. I think we are about to realize that we are in the greatest of Great Depressions. Now, in his article, I'll attach it with this video, he claims that we didn't spend enough stimulus money, we didn't spend it fast enough, and we didn't do it big enough. And now the evil Republicans are going to sweep in, and everything's going to come to a grinding halt, and we're going to realize the greatest of Great Depression. So his premise of us not spending enough money, I think, is disingenuous, and I think he even knows the truth, which is the reason we are going to allow this wave election to come in and have everything come to a grinding halt is because just enough money has been spent to bail out the too big to fails. Just enough power has been usurped from the people of this country and given to organizations like the privately owned Federal Reserve so that they can have power over anything they deem systemic in this country. You know, don't be mistaken. In the last 2 years, we've seen nothing less than a miraculous amount of legislation get passed, and all of it was it was being propagandized as helping this country, helping a recovery. And then the fact of the matter is, every metric you want to use between now and 2008, as far as the real economy, the number of people unemployed, the number of people on food stamps, the number of people who are on tier 4 unemployment, all these metrics are worse than they were in 2008. So the fact that Krugman wants to come out and say that it's going to be the Republicans' fault is just part of the plan. You know, that is the game. Look at what's going on around the world. We have riots in Greece. We have riots in France. We have massive job cuts in England, probably going to lead to social unrest there. It is our time to have an austerity flung upon us. That's what this election is going to be used for. A week from now, when Republicans control the House, maybe the Senate, it really doesn't matter. Everything's going to come to a grinding halt. Every talk of extending unemployment benefits is going to come to a grinding halt, and austerity is going to be implemented on the American people. Like it or not, it's coming. And it's all part of the plan, plain and simple. You hear talk now of the president's commission to study the deficit coming out saying we need to eliminate things like the mortgage interest deduction. We need to eliminate things like the healthcare savings plan, where this is pre-tax money that you get to put into a health savings account. These will equate to $1 trillion worth of austerity on the American people. This is part of the plan. This is what is going to happen. And in fact, we're going to know that we are in a Great Depression very, very soon. And on that note, I had a conversation today with a good friend of mine. I haven't seen her for probably 8 months. And it was just a lunch to catch up. And it was brought to my attention by her that she was living in a home that was bought in the middle of the bubble economy, $300,000 home that's now worth half that amount. And she's sitting there and just in agony and in pain because she has some very tough choices to make. And she feels like she's a loser because she's considering strategically defaulting, or she's considering filing bankruptcy. She's living she's living on credit cards just to make her minimum payments for the mortgage and for food and for fuel. And the fact of the matter is, there's millions upon millions of people in this country right now who are in that exact same boat. They're not awake. They don't understand that this is all a rigged game. That it was designed for the banksters to get paid off, for the banksters to make their record bonuses and profits like we're seeing on Wall Street again this year, and to take their failure and hand it out to the American people. So there's going to be a lot of people in your life who, maybe even yourself, who are facing these difficult, tough decisions when it comes to how to make ends meet. And I want to tell everybody right now that if you swim in a pond full of sharks, you're eventually going to get bit. And the fact is, economic hard times is coming your way, like it or not. And you have to change your mindset. You have to wrap your head around the fact that it might be your only option to strategically default on your house. It might be your only option to go ahead and file bankruptcy. But you are not your mortgage payment, and you're not your credit score. And you have to start telling yourself and your friends and family that right now. Because when this tsunami election occurs, and when austerity becomes vogue in this country, it's going to hit like an 8-pound sledgehammer, and a lot of people are not going to be able to take it. It's going to affect everybody, like it or not. But you need to wrap your mind around the fact that you did not cause this economy. the hype and the propaganda of people borrowing more than they should have, or they got into loans they knew they couldn't pay back, that is, for the most part, bull. You know, everybody who got a home mortgage during the height of the subprime mortgage crisis, they had a professional sit in front of them. They had them sit there and say, this is how you can make it work. They were approved by a lending institution. Now we find out these lending institutions made these loans so they could securitize these loans, so they could send it through a pipeline electronically and turn them into derivatives. They have failed miserably. They have created the economy we live in. So you cannot wrap your head around the fact that you think you're a loser because you need to strategically default, or you need to go to a bankruptcy judge and say, I can't do it anymore. They would have no problem whatsoever walking away from you and letting you wither and die on the vine. You cannot have a heart for these people. You need to have a heart for your family. You need to make strategic decisions that benefit yourself and your family. Because guess what? The crime of shifting their debt onto you is complete. It's time for you to look out for you and your own. I'll attach this story, Krugman's story, with this video. That's all I got.